Hey guys, hello and welcome to day number 4 of fulfilling relationships. I'm so excited to have you here. I hope yesterday you got some positive reactions, you made some progress, you decided on your we time. So we've decided to, no, we've started to make some great progress already. Today I'm going to be looking at the other side of it, right? So yesterday we discussed what women really want, or in fact what they don't want, and today we'll be discussing on the same lines what men really want and what they don't want, right? So fulfilling relationships is a 5 video series. I hope you've enjoyed the first 3 videos so far. Today is day number 4. Today, we're going to be discussing what men really want. So, we did the 3 dimensions of a relationship, 4 stages of disintegration. Then, we talked about what women really want, which was an eye opener for a lot of people. And today is going to be a similar one where we discuss what men really want. Now, what men really want. Again, I'm going to give you a simple 3 part breakdown of this, and just by implementing this, just like implementing yesterday's task, right, creating v time, it can have a big impact in your relationship. Just by understanding today's concepts, it's going to have a big impact in your relationship, right? So let's get started. Again, before we start, I want to just quickly go through this that we discussed yesterday. Before I give you those 3 things that affect men, I just want to remind you about polarity, because polarity or attraction happens between masculine and feminine energies, right? We've discussed this multiple times. Every person has masculine energy as well as feminine energy. Opposite energies attract. So, very often you will see men who are really masculine are with women who are really feminine, or men who are really feminine are with women who are really masculine, right? So, loss of polarity may happen due to 3 most common problems for men. So now let's look at it from the different angle. Yesterday we were talking about women, what they don't like. Today we'll talk about men, what they don't like. And it's the 3 C's. So I gave you the 3 U's yesterday. Today I'm going to give you the 3 C's. If you understand this and just make an effort to, you know, use it in your daily life where you avoid these 3 C's, it's going to have a big impact in your relationship, right? So let's get started with the 3 C's that cause loss of polarity or attraction for men in relationships. Men, whenever I say men, I mean somebody with high masculine energy. Now, the 3 C's that affect men. First one is criticism. And the men out there, I think you are already putting your thumbs up, right? You don't like criticism. Men dislike criticism. So, the ladies out there, if you always nag at them about something, this nagging term has come because of criticism, right? Now, see, we fail to realize that men and women are totally different creatures. They don't worry about a lot of things that are very important to you. For example, being clean, organizing things, right? Even listening to people, right? So we are made up differently, men and women. And what men don't like is constant criticism from you. You need to do this, you need to do that, you don't understand this, you don't do that. Even though all of it may be absolutely genuine, that's not the way to go about it, right? I'm not saying that you are wrong when you criticize him. I'm saying you are right, but that's not the way to communicate to him, right? Because men dislike criticism. They already got a lot of criticism from their parents, and believe me, as much as they have advantage over women, which is always there. Women are always at an advantages in compared to women in today's society, but they do receive a lot of criticism from parents, from relatives, at their office, at their job, from their friends. They do receive it, right? They all give them suggestions. This is what you can do. You can become better by doing this, by doing that, right? That is always there. How you can earn more, how you can do this more, how you can do that more. They don't need more of it, right? They don't want more of it. That's it. In the personal life, in your personal space, eliminate criticism. No matter how much you feel it is necessary, eliminate it, right? It's You have already seen probably that you have been criticizing something and they resist it, or they don't make the change you want them to make, because criticism is not a way to get through to men. Then what is the way to get through? Simply make them your hero. Now, this may sound counterproductive, but this is how it's going to work. You have to make them, the man, your hero, right? You have to tell them you're doing amazing, right? Always approach a problem by first explaining what a great job they did, because believe me, they're doing the best from whatever they've understood so far, right? Men find it very difficult to understand what women really want, and whatever he's done, even if he's done something wrong, right, he's probably done it for lack of understanding, not for lack of effort, right? Even though you may feel like that. So simply make them feel that they are your hero, that you can get them to do anything after that, right? Which means they are much more likely to seriously listen to you and consider your advice if you make them your hero. For example, men, if you tell a man that you're making great effort, I really admire you, respect you, and I think you're the best, right? They love that. And then you say, if we did this, it would be even better. That's the approach you need to take with men, right? If we added this, it would be on a whole new level, right? They are much more likely to listen to you. Is this not true, men? All the guys out there, would you not be much more open to improving if you felt you are already at a good place and you can become better, rather than you're useless, you can't do this, you can't do that, now you have to do this? They're not going to change because of that. They're not going to change because of criticism, right? So make sure you understand this. Giving more of criticism will build more negative energy inside you as a lady, as a woman, and just putting that negative energy out there is not going to make any change for that man, right? So criticism is pretty useless and harmful also in the long term if you're filled with that negativity constantly, if you're constantly saying something, criticizing something, right? And as you may have noticed through several decades watching your parents, the criticism will likely never work at all. So why waste time doing it, right? Just take this approach of always appreciating what he's done. He's doing a lot out there in the world. He's doing a lot, dealing with a lot of things where he's already receiving a lot of criticism. So just feeling like he has made some contribution, which he probably has, if you're honest with yourself and analyze what the man has done. He is doing probably a lot, right? So just put it out there that you're doing great. They really appreciate that. So, criticism is what affects men and it can cause loss of polarity. You're constantly criticizing him, is going to lose attraction, is going to lose the polarity that was there, right? It is going to lower the quality of your relationship, right? So, the first C, if you agree with this, just tell him right now. Make sure you get your partner and watch these videos together. It will make a much more sense, right? It will help you understand when he says yes or no to things. Now, the second C is closed off. What do I mean by this? Men hate it when you are closed off. Do you understand what I'm trying to get here? As ladies, as women, you tend to sometimes close yourselves off. Women, in case of any issue, tend to close themselves off. Close themselves off means what? You may stop speaking to them or just change your tone, right? You close off your emotions. You are not open and giving anymore. Doesn't this happen? Sometimes you stop speaking to them for many hours, or you're just angry with them and you're closed off, right? This happens, and this men have really no idea what's going on. Trust me, when he says he doesn't know what's wrong, he really doesn't know what's wrong, right? And it frustrates them to no end. Isn't this true, all the guys out there? When the women are closed off, they're angry about something, they are not opening up, they are not telling you what's wrong. It frustrates men to no end. And no matter how much you feel that they probably know, right? You are convinced that they know what is wrong, but be 100% sure that they have no idea what's wrong, right? This is true 99% of the time. They really don't know why you're angry. So the better way to approach this, is simply communicate. This can cause a lot loss of attraction or polarity. The longer this goes on, it can really cause them to start, you know being frustrated and having anxiety and being stressed about it. Even if they don't show it, men have this tendency to hide their feelings. They are not showing how frustrated they are because you have been closed off, you're not speaking properly, you're not speaking at all to them. But they are affected, right? They are affected deeply. In fact, they can't focus on their work because you are unhappy, right? And it will definitely cause a loss of attraction and polarity. In fact, the wall that you build up for protection. Now, this is a self-defense mechanism for women. When you feel there's an issue, something happened, he said something wrong or he did something wrong, and you close yourself off, you feel like he should understand, he should apologize on his own. He's not going to do that because he doesn't know what is wrong. But the wall that you build up, that emotional wall through which he cannot get through, instead of protecting you, it becomes your own prison. Even you are frustrated beyond reason. Isn't that true? When you're closed off, you're just bubbling things, their emotions raging in your head all the time. Isn't that true? Whenever you're closed off, you're not speaking to him, your peace of mind is also gone. So what's the point? Don't build the wall that imprisons yourself, right? And this may be tough the first time you try and break down the wall if you are in the habit of doing this, but that's the only way. You just go out there, tell him, open up. Here is what you did that I didn't like at all, right? This is exactly why I didn't like it, right? And you have to explain to him. If you don't listen to this, right, again this wall is going to get built up, you're not going to be able to get through. It's going to be resulting in a lot of frustration for both of us and probably a lot of quarrels and fights, right? So the best strategy is you better listen to this and you better try and make a change, right? And then appreciate that you've always do so much, and I appreciate that, but this is something that is affecting me, and you need to decide and work on changing this, right? So never be closed off. This is one of the biggest reasons and the most common reasons why men are frustrated in their relationship. They can't figure out what's wrong. And until the time you don't tell him, he's not going to make the change, right? You cannot expect him to understand on his own. I cannot repeat this enough. So closed off is the second thing. First one was criticism, avoid that. Second thing is avoid being closed off. This is all advice for women, for people with high feminine energy. Now, the third one is control. The third C, men do not like being controlled, right? They don't like you defining, you have to, go out with this person. Why are you going there? Why did you spend 10 minutes there? When the man goes to the market to buy something and you feel like it should take him 15 minutes and it took him 30 minutes, it doesn't mean that he was out there with a lady. It just means that he saw a friend, right? That friend started talking about cricket, right? Or he saw some new gadget and he was just wondering, what is the price of it, right? So there are different things that are of interest to men compared to women, right? And he's not going to let you control him. He's not going to let you, you know define what are the times he should go out and come back, what are the things he should be doing at home, or so in all areas of the life this applies, right? The more you try to control him, the more dissatisfied he becomes, right? Masculine energy does not really pay attention to detail. Again, I want you to understand this. For example, he's going to buy something, right? You told him to buy shampoo. He went out there, he bought the 100 ml shampoo. Now that doesn't affect them deeply. It doesn't matter what shampoo it is, it doesn't matter what container it is, even though for women it matters a lot. Why did you buy this? If you bought the big one, we would have saved this much money, right? It happens. Or this brand is like this, that brand is like that. Masculine energy does not pay attention to detail. They don't care. For them to buy something, they go out there and buy it, and they bought it. Their task is done, right? Things that don't really affect them deeply, they do not pay attention to detail. That's just how men are built. So you cannot be so controlling and in depth where you control every single minute detail. The fact that he bought shampoo is enough, right? Or you should have given him written instructions, right? And here's the thing, you cannot try and control his behavior, you cannot try and control his doing different things. These are just random examples I'm giving. If you really observe, you can find these behaviors in a lot of different areas, right? A lot of different areas. Now let the control go. In fact, they derive pleasure when they do things that make you happy, right? So I think I got confused when I was writing this. In fact, they derive pleasure when they do some things that make you happy, which means men want to make you happy. When they do something and you become happy and you appreciate it, that's all they really need. Even if you don't do much for them, that makes them feel like a man, right? So just allow them, give them the freedom, and allow them to do things for you, to sweep you off your feet. For masculine energy, it is one of the most satisfying things to make feminine energy or the woman happy, right? So even little things he does for you, you know, allow him, accept it, be happy about it, right? That makes them feel like a man. Even if you don't really go out there and do something big for him, he still feels like a man because he's able to do things that you appreciate and you feel happy about. Isn't this true, all the men out there? When you do something for your lady, she really is happy about it. It makes you feel good. That's really all they want from the relationship, right? Even though obviously you should go and reciprocate in some ways, small or big, doesn't matter. But even if you don't, just appreciating what he has done for you, allowing him to do things for you, is really all they want to be satisfied in the relationship. So let the control go. Don't control the small little details, the extremely fine details of the things he does, right? And allow him to do things for you. Now sometimes you may feel like he's not really interested in doing things for me. It's because the loss of polarity has already happened. So you have to go back to the 4 hours. What is going on? When you met, he was interested. What happened now? Right? So you have to go through that phase and then come here, right? Where you remove the control a little bit. So here's the task for the ladies out there, for the women. You have to plan your reaction, because planning plus practice equals success in a relationship, right? So you don't want to criticize him, but what is the new statement you will use when you want to criticize him the next time? Because you know he's going to do those things again, and you know you're going to feel like criticizing him. But change the statement, right? Make it appreciation first and advice second, criticism zero. Right? First appreciation, then just advice. No criticism at all. You can do this better is fine. You do this very bad is wrong. Right? You're not doing this right is criticism. You can do this in this way, that will be much better, that is advice. Right? So you understand the change in the approach. Just start with making him your hero, appreciating, and then adding to it. The second thing is, how will you avoid building up a wall? This is a big issue these days I see for a lot of couples, where the lady, the girl, the woman is building up a wall very often, right? You get angry about something, you cannot communicate openly. And that's going to be one of the biggest factors that will determine your quality of your relationship, right? So make sure you have a strategy. The next time you feel like, you don't want to speak or something, you have to push yourself a little bit. Go and open up, put yourself out there. It's not going to hurt you. You're just putting up the wall for your self defense. If you feel, because you feel like if you open up you will get hurt more, that's not true. If you put up the wall, it will imprison you. You'll be hurt more with all those emotions raging inside, right? So take the jump as soon as you see the wall building up. Now, I hope you plan this. I want you to watch this video with your partner and ask him what he would like you to do, right? About criticism, about these things. So some people may be doing a lot of criticism, some people may not. Some people may be building up big walls, some people may not. So which of these three C's are very prominent in your relationship? You can ask your partner, and in fact you can ask him what you should do about it. Some people may just tell you that you can just tell me openly, right, when you build up a wall and things I've done wrongly. Some people may tell you that, just hold off for a little while, it may make me angry, but in the evening you can tell me, or at this time while we are having a meal you can tell me. Right? So it's very personal how you deal with it, but these are the three main, I should say, reasons that cause loss of polarity or attraction for men in a relationship. And men, if you, or if you are watching this right now, or if you're the lady watching, ask the guy if he agrees with all the three C's. I want you to post the three C's are correct. Right? The three C's are correct. And let's see what the response is like. So I'll be waiting for your post in the WhatsApp group tomorrow. We will meet with another beautiful uh, lesson on day 5. I hope you've enjoyed the first 4 days, and I hope you're making solid changes and plans and strategies, right, to take your relationship to the next level. So take care. Have a great day ahead. I'll see you again tomorrow with another great video.